Hey, my Taurus babies, this is EJ from Taurota Tarot. I hope everybody is having a good week. Nope, this ain't the weekend update. Not yet, not yet, not yet. That's coming up next. This is, however, Taurus and Capricorn. Sitting in a tree, Kissing for 2020. For those of you that have seen some of the other videos, it's the same spread. It's 9 cards, except 9 cards don't mean the same things. The only carryover is the centerpiece card, which is usually the challenge or obstacle card, which you need to focus on. And so that card will remain the same. However, 9 cards, the first card will be this year's summary, your overview kind of. Second card will be departing energies, or energies that will be leaving your experience for the most part in the next 12 months. Where's my other deck? Third card will be what you need to let go of for the new year. Fourth card will be what's important for the new year. And the way the readings have been going so far is kind of picking up on both energies. So it'll be information for both Taurus and Capricorn. Then again, we have the 5th card, which is your centerpiece. The 6th card will be where help will come from in the next 12 months. 7th card will be upcoming opportunities as a couple. The 8th card will be what needs to be aligned in your relationship, what energy, what behaviors, whatever it is. It'll tell us what needs to get lined up to make happen. And the 9th card will be a caution or a what to avoid in the upcoming year. So, get these out. Let me just say thank you to everybody that has liked, shared, and subscribed so far. Especially this year. This is my first year, so I am really excited. I am humbled by all of this. Y'all don't know. $20 readings are going to go on until December 15th. Then we got some new stuff coming up. So if you want to get your $20 personal reading, hit me up at tarotatarot@gmail.com. All the other little goodies are down below. So let's see, we have cut up the cards. I am not going to do overall energy because the way that I pick up energy, this shit changes from day to day, week to week, month to month. So I left that part out of the reading. However, in each and every reading that I've done, there have been big themes for the year. So don't act like you're going to miss something by not having the overall energy. Also, I do my cards straight up. I don't do reversals. So let's see what we got going on, Taurus and Capricorn. So your first card, prosperity begins. Second card, victory and success. Third card, which is what to let go of for the new year, emotional loss. The 4th card is the throat chakra, your centerpiece, your obstacles and challenges. Disruption card. Patience card. 7th card is love begins. 8th is intuition. What are we avoiding next year? Ooh, some kind of temptation. Okay. Let me get the other deck. Let's see what we got going on here. So, last year's summary. Prosperity begins, pulls the 10 of coins. Departing energies, victory and success, pulls the world card. What to let go of for the new year. Emotional loss, pulls the 10 of swords. What's important for the new year. The throat chakra, or the I speak, pulls the hermit card. Your challenges, obstacles, your centerpiece. Disruption, pulls the Princess of Swords. Where help will come from next year. Patience, pulls the 9 of Swords. Oh, Lord. Upcoming opportunities. Love begins, pulls the Hangman. What needs to be aligned. Intuition, pulls the 5 of Wands. And what to avoid in the upcoming year. Temptation, pulls the 3 of Cups. Oh, boy. Give me a minute. Wow. Well, here's some shit for you. is that? Where your help will come from. Wow. Okay. This is going to be an in and out situation, Taurus and Capricorn. What the hell? It needs to be aligned. So your focus, you need to get the chaos out of your life and align that chaos and confusion. Start using your intuition. And that's Taurus and Capricorn. The fuck? The temptation, what to avoid, the Three of Cups on the temptation. This year, it looks like everybody just kind of got their money on this year. And I can say that with some certainty, not just because I am what I am, whatever that happens to be, but also because I am a Taurus. And so the focus this year has been on them things, them little gold things and them dead presidents, them green pieces of paper, for me in particular, and not accumulating anything, just trying to keep up. So the energy is across the board and it runs the spectrum. Some people were trying to stack and save. Other people like me just trying to get the bills paid. And for a lot of us it required extra shit. Capricorn was not immune to this because also as they may have been starting businesses this year or going to school and trying to get on that prosperity path, everybody has kind of had their focus on that money. So that's your overview for the year. It doesn't feel like, and from the readings that I've done this year with Taurus and Capricorn, I don't remember there being a whole lot of anything overwhelming. Obviously, that's not going to resonate with everybody, but it seems like for the most part, quite a big cross-section of you have just kind of had a chill year as far as your relationship, and the focus has been on the dollar. The second card, departing energies next year. It's going to be some kind of closure. There's going to be some kind of expression of something closing. And the energy that I'm getting, that's why I had to take a minute, because there's a lot of different stories here, and I'm not trying to read all the stories. I'm trying to pick up the general gist of what's going on. But it's a complicated energy. Some of you may be closing businesses as a couple. And the feeling of success for a lot of you, this is literal, the victory and success, it's the completion. Usually, when we get to the world card, the energy that I draw off of is about the comfort in knowing that it's not, you might be that little dot right there, but there's like 80 billion other dots going through some of the same shit. And so usually the energy that I pick up on with the world card is the world got you. Okay, so the hands are the treat, but the fact is the universe got you whatever you're doing. It's giving you the resources and the knowledge to do what you need to do. However, for this reading, it's really coming closer to its real meaning, even in Rider-Waite, of completion and closure. And so what comes back and what I feel, shit, but hell, probably can smell too, something is closing. Whether it's business, whether you're shutting down a part of the house because the kids are gone, or for some of you, maybe even a relationship, and whatever that physical thing is that's closing. For example, maybe a business that you are shutting down. It's really kind of a heralding of the relationship making a shift as well. So these are the energies that are departing. That feeling of success and just total completion, it's not going to be there next year. It's not going to be there next year. Some of you are going to have to make a brand new, fresh start. This is a major card sitting on top of this victory and success. And so that's why I'm kind of taking pause, because this is no small thing that's happening. However it's resonating in your couple, whatever thing it is, it may even be something akin to being members of a bowling team. And y'all are getting ready to shut this down. As I said, it's kind of a precursor to other shit that's coming up. What to let go of for the new year is dealing with the emotional loss. So now we go back to the victory and success of the world card. There may be, as you shutting down some shit, there may be the pain of we don't do this anymore. Or You know, this is not fun for us anymore. It's that kind of energy. And when I say completing, I mean, you, whatever it is, it's time for it to cycle out of your life. Again, it may mean other things as well, but right here where we are. And so when we're talking about what to let go of for the new year, it's not to stress on the emotional loss, which is probably something both Taurus and Capricorn are pretty good at doing when it comes to being stressed out and feeling overwhelmed. Regardless of whatever you're going through next year, whatever you're going to let go of, do not become overwhelmed with the emotional shit, because it's easy to do that. And be mindful that you're in a new year. You're going to be in a new decade, and there are new things coming. So it's easy to get bowled over with, oh, I don't do it anymore. I don't want to go bowling. But it's time to let something go so you can let something new in. What is important for the new year is to speak up, that throat chakra, and start talking about how you feel and how things are making you feel. And that may mean both of you might need to take a time out. And it's not going to be important to do this once, but probably several times next year. Both of you just retreat to your neutral corners and think about, because this is big changes. It's 1, this makes 2, Hangman makes 3. So you got 3 major arcana cards out of a 9 spread. That those numbers in and of itself should tell you that this is the beginning of some changes. I'll get back into that in a minute. What's important? Speaking up and taking time to think about and digest and process whatever's going on. This feels like it's going to be in more than one area, not just your love relationship, resonating with money, resonating with property, resonating with kids. Might be all kind of stuff being spoken next year and going to give you cause to take a cause for the pause. Or a pause for the cause, however that's resonating. But this is what's going to be important next year, to think things through. You're not lost. You're shedding a light on some shit. That's what you're trying to do. If you want to take something out of the picture, it'll be about shedding a light, not on big things, but on the details of what's going on, why you're feeling this way. Note the blue colors and the purple. That's a lot of emotional shit, deep emotional shit. So this is going to be what's important for you in the new year, to take the time to speak. Have those conversations, y'all. I know y'all gonna have. But when you get into these reflective modes and you come back together, what did you figure out? What do you think? What's best? And that what's best is probably going to be one of the themes for Taurus and Capricorn next year. What's best for the family? What's best for me? What's best for you? Yeah. And so it's imperative that you get like the hermit next year and think about what's best. Your challenge. Your challenge next year, Taurus and Capricorn, there's going to be some changes. And when those of you that have heard me with this card, this is just like the Tower. But here's the difference. The Tower, all kind of shit can cause a Tower moment. Third party situations, fuck, house fires. I'm just saying, you name it, we can go from one end of the spectrum to the other. But it's usually, from somebody's perspective, things that are happening around them to cause that tower. Or it may be some behavior that person is doing that triggers the tower. However, when I see this, which is akin to the tower, the disruption is not only coming from the outside, but it's also coming from the outside, and it has things to do with you. For example, if you're on a job and somebody gets fired or they leave, they get promoted, whatever, you take that little brick right out, because now your work is double, triple, quadruple. I'm just saying. So that's the energy. Tower, big things outside, shit. Disruption, a little more inside, and the things that happen really do affect you. It's not no, oh, they left and then, no, they left and they left you with a whole bowl of bullshit. And so this is where the disruption comes from. And this is where your challenge is going to come from. How to continue operating in that without getting careless. I'll say that again. That's your challenge next year. How to operate in the midst of disruption without getting careless, without getting crazy, without losing it, and without losing your mind. And this is important. Now you understand why I was saying the rest of what I was saying. If either one of you, Taurus and Capricorn, let whatever situations happen around you, it may even be something as simple as new neighbors moving in next door. But they them kind that come with the drama. And next thing you know, 2 o'clock in the morning, you got your new neighbor knocking on your door with some bullshit. This is what this is. This is that kind of energy. Your object here is not to get like girlfriend. Do not pull out nothing and try and sharpen up nothing and looking like you It's to remain cool, calm, and not get careless with things that are going on around you. Yes, they're going to change, but you ain't got to get petty. You ain't got to go, it doesn't have to go to the extreme. And so with that being said, that'll just give you some kind of indication of the kind of things that are going on around you. Where your help will come from. And that's sweet. In particular, it'll be in having patience with each other, Taurus and Capricorn. Having patience with each other. And I didn't say you having patience with the neighbors, no. I said having patience with each other. Because your help is going to come from one another. Here's the trick. You cannot get this mental energy up in your head and be up. This is what you're trying to avoid. So when you're avoiding this, that means you're going to bed. You're going to take it at the literal. That means you're not up at night trying to figure out what the hell is going on. That means you're going to bed. And that means you've had some level of patience with your partner. Not the people that are causing it. It's your partner. Because that's the one or the other of you, however the energy's going to roll, might be both of you at any given point next year, are going to be real tempted to lose your fucking mind. So now, Taurus, if Capricorn is getting to the point where they look like your job is to have patience. Capricorn, if you're listening, same is true for you. Taurus looks like they get ready to run through the china shop and they've sharpened up their horns nicely. Come on now. Get ready to get careless and tear up some shit. That's what you don't want to do next year. Your help will come from each other in knowing that you can trust and rest on what's good and not be up all night worrying about what's going on. Letting go of being overwhelmed. Okay, I'm just saying, it's the same energy sitting on top of each other. So now, where problems can happen, before I get to the rest of this, because I hear it, if this relationship is not strong, you got about 5 different spots right here where shit can just fuck up. And that's not including that card. That's this year. I'm just saying, if the good times is getting ready to come to an end, for whatever reason, it could be financial, because I just said, your overall energy or your summary, which is basically, the overall summary for this year was working on your money. And then we get to this, what's leaving. The victory and success. You're not going to have that feeling because something's changing. That's a major card. Something is changing. Something is coming to an end. It's completing. Now, I understand it to mean that there's also a beginning somewhere in here. This is where the monthly readings will come in and you'll pick up on what's changing, what's moving, what's shaking. But if y'all ain't strong, like I said, I can see 5 little different points, and that could very well be the end of that. Just saying. with the Ten of Swords here. Yeah, that's the fulfillment, the end, done, finish. Next number on the docket is 0 and 1. That's it. This is 10. Be mindful of this. It may not be, in some instances, the two of you breaking up. It could be something else that will cause some kind of emotional loss. But this is what you're supposed to be letting go of next year, right? So at some point, the two of you, if this is an outside thing and not the two of you, you're going to have to put some emotional distance between you all and whatever that is. It could be your kids, and I see, I'm not one of these that's going to hide what I see. Some of you, it could be your kids in trouble. You may have to put some distance between you and them so they can grow up. I'm just saying, that's one example. For others of you, it could be the two of you. Again, there's a lot of loose here. And if Taurus and Capricorn is not on their A game, and if your relationship is not rock solid, there are a lot of little things that can get in here and just tip the whole thing over. Upcoming opportunities will come. Let's say this. It might be a renewal at some point next year between the two of you. You may break up. I have to put it all out here. This is where your upcoming opportunities are coming from. And if you get back into this relationship, I'm not saying this is new with the Taurus and Aquarius, or Capricorn and Gemini. Nuh-uh. Taurus and Capricorn, it's a couple different ways. You may break up next year and get back together. It might be a day, it might be a week, it might be a little longer. But then coming back into it, see, this is where your opportunities open up for you. If you don't break up, it might get a little deeper. It's a point. It can't happen. You can fall in love deeper. And some of this, if y'all are rock solid, will bring you right here. You're like, oh, I love him. So we've been together for 22 years. I didn't think I could love you no more. But when you go through changes, and I'm talking to the group that might break up and get back together too. When you go through changes, coming back, it gets stronger. And the opportunities will come when you change your perspective either on the situation or on each other. For those of you that don't break up and you stay together, you still may need to change your perspective. Again, we may be talking about your kids. We may be talking about retirement. We might be talking about school. Could be a billion different things. This is going to resonate for different people in different ways. However, the upcoming opportunities happen when that perspective gets changed and you realize you've either renewed or you have literally jumped in with both feet. And it is in the recognition of that you will begin to see where there may be some creative opportunities for the two of you or individually, either way. But that's where the upcoming opportunities come from. Now, in that, what needs to be aligned? Your focus and your intuition. If your focus, come on, work with me, is for shit, and your brain looks like this, your intuition is not going to work because you ain't focused on nothing. You here, there, and everywhere. On I-77, I-70, 495, 295, 275. Hell, I hear I-10. What the hell? Your brain is moving at 100 miles an hour all over the place. You have to bring that passion, mind you, this is a fire card, in alignment with that intuition. And see, we get sometimes too carried the goddamn way, excuse me, with any and everything, Taurus. I'm talking to you. Oh, it's exciting, it's new with our routine selves. Let us see something we like, some luxury little gadget. We lose our minds. Intuition the whole time telling you, put it down, bull, put it down, bull. Don't look at it, bull. Keep walking, bull. But oh no, it's so beautiful. And run over here, look at this too. Taurus, get your focus. Capricorn, you too. And sometimes in a relationship, you gotta get on something. You know what? We need to do this. And just lose your mind and your intuition the whole time. Don't do it. Don't do it.
just don't do it. Oh, it's so beautiful. So next year, Taurus and Capricorn, you have to get your passions lined up with what your intuition is telling you. And sometimes we let our passions get so far. And this is resonating with new things. So if I had to cut the year up into 4 sections, and now forget what I'm saying the cards are, just work with me here. But cut the year up into 3 sections. There would be 4 months apiece. 4 times 3 is 12. So 4 months, 4 months, 4 months. So I'm gonna guess some of this newer energy is gonna come probably after the summer, going into fall. It's just kind of, and I know I'm kind of right. I'm looking at the colors. Right there, you got pumpkins. Come on. So let me just hedge it and say probably after August. Most of all of this up here, you will know where you stand. Y'all will either be together, if the relationship couldn't withstand whatever this was, or, I'm sorry, y'all will either break up if you can't withstand whatever this was, or you'll still be together, whatever this was. And so after all of this, you get into new energy, which will bring in new opportunities. However, what you need to avoid is allowing, or let me not say it like that, the temptation to have too many people up in your shit. That's the easiest way I can say that. Let me say it again. The temptation to have too many people up in your shit. And if this had been any other 3, I would have said something totally different because it would have felt totally different. However, this is a 3 of Cups. And so then that tells me there's some emotional shit in here that's got to do with more than just mom, dad, and baby. There's some other shit going on here. Do not fall for the temptation of emotional types. Put that there. Because Taurus and Capricorn is earth. And sometimes we get taken with the water element and the air element because it's so different than us. You know, water's wet, earth is dry. Wind blows around. We can't do nothing but get blown around. Come on, work with me. So there may be someone more likely that might want to jump in. And this ain't no crazy shit. I'm not talking about third party shit. I'm talking about family and friends and shit. And this is what you're going to have to avoid next year. People trying to put in their 2 cents about, hey, I don't know what y'all did that for. You just sold the house. I know what you went out after the realtor. I know what the problem is. Avoid the temptation to let these people get all up in your shit. I can't say it no other kind of way. They're going to try. I promise you. I can see some folks now. But I was just trying to help you. And the temptation, let me just back up on this. When you have issues, the bigger thing, the theme, you want the overall theme for this reading is change. And whether you stay together or break up is dependent on how solid you are. Whether you're solid, a half rocky, about to break up tomorrow. When people know you're going through something, dealing with issues and kids and jobs and cars and money and trying to get shit together and trying to make shit work, they have a real good tendency to want to start telling you all the fuck about what the fuck and a bunch of fuckery. And a lot of times the temptation is to say, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna just listen because I got nobody to talk to. Next year ain't the year for this. And I want to tell you, this is energy that'll take you into 2021. And depending on how you handle this will determine where these folks are going to be. All smiles and good shit and, you know, oh, I'm so sorry and all that bullshit. All of it is not sincere. And all of it is not authentic. And all of it is not genuine. I'm just saying. I don't know how that's going to resonate with anybody. But Capricorn and Taurus, just know, even people at work, that's ping-ponging around too. I'm so sorry to hear about things. Anything? Nope. Nope, shut them down. Shut them down. That
is what you will need to avoid for sure. And again, it's on a newer energy that's down here, shifting your focus, following your intuition, possibly a renewal of love of some sort, or y'all are just jumping in with both feet anyway, didn't realize you really weren't in love the first time. However, that's resonating. Changing your perspective, changing seasons. Come on. And you guys may be well past whatever any of this is, but late Daisy here, 6 months later, I heard y'all was having a little problem. No, you didn't. And if you did, you heard it 6 months ago. The hell you showing up here for now? That's how you know people trying to keep up shit in your shit. And I want to say, some of you, the way this will probably play out, this is going to be very obvious to you because you have a strong relationship. This may not be so obvious if you kind of on shaky legs or wobbly. Just keep your eyes open. I hope many of you that are watching and listening to this are in the group of Taurus and Capricorns and got that rock solid shit going on. And so whatever decides to blow y'all's way, y'all hang in there. It's not going to be easy, but it's going to be far harder if your relationship is not that solid. And again, up here at the top at any given point, if it's not, you'll see the cracks. And as we progress through the year, go through the monthly readings, and then individually Taurus for your readings, you'll pick up on what's going on. You'll see it quicker than anybody because it's you going through it. But as grandmama used to say, eat the fish, leave the bones. What do the oracle cards have to say? Be grateful. Expect the best. Doggone it. See how many cards I'm be paying attention. Learn. Make a note of it. Probably should have started out with these. That's pretty much the whole doggone read. Be grateful. And that had landed up here on this year's energy with the money making and the booty shaking. Be grateful. Just be grateful that you are where you are. You got what you got. There's a whole lot of folks that ain't even halfway where you are. Think about it. And a whole lot of other folks ain't even halfway where that group is. So be grateful for what you have and the things that you've worked for this year. A lot of people ain't there. Expect the best. Taurus sometimes good. And Capricorn too. Shit, I used to live with Capricorn. You can just get down and in the jaw. Oh my God, the world's gonna be over good. Expect the best. Expect the best. And if you expect the best, you see the little magnet there, you start attracting the best. So whatever this is y'all are gonna go through next year, don't assume the worst just right the hell out the gate. Give it a few days. Take a step back. Damn it. This is where it landed. Keep the communication vibe. This didn't pop. I know I didn't harp on it a lot. It didn't pop down here for nothing. The throat chakra. Talk. Taurus, talk to your Capricorn, because I know sometimes you can get stubborn and bullheaded and you don't want to talk to nobody. You just want to run into the wall because you're mad. Talk to your Capricorn. Capricorn, you ain't getting off easy. Are you kidding? No, you little Billy Goats. Y'all get stubborn too. Talk to each other. Even in the heat of the moment. Before you talk, take a minute. And if I had to say something else was an overall theme for next year, it would be Mr. Hermit here. You may both need to just get to your respective corners and say, fuck it, I need a timeout. You went outside, take a walk, do whatever. But expect the best. However it's rolling, just expect the best and expect the best. The magnet will start working. I'm just saying. Learn whatever it is that you need to learn. Towards you in particular, feels like a lot of you are in this situation with your Capricorn because there's some very specific things you need to learn. That's not to say Capricorn is not learning anything from Taurus. Certainly they are. But this is really resonating for some reason with the bull. Yeah. Whatever it is you need to learn, find it. Learn it. And it's about you and how you
react and respond in relationships. So some of what's going on next year, maybe you want to take a step back and look at how you're responding. You may learn something about yourself in there. Make a note of it. Shit going on. People talking bullshit, trying to get all up in your shit. Make a note of it. The other side of that, trying to follow your intuition. Make a note of it. Intuition telling you something. Just be all hairy, scary out there like, hey, I see it was excited and passion just overflowing and shit, and you just lose your focus and your mind. Make a note of it. Slow down. Slow down. Intuition may be trying to tell you something that's important and related to what you're trying to get out of or go through, however that's resonating. At the end of all of it, don't sweat none of this shit. Let go. Let go. And let go where you need to let go. For those of you that may be encountering a breakup next year, if you know it's time to let go, let go. Don't just keep holding on to something towards you in particular. I'm talking to myself too. Hold on to something you know good well is no good for you and no good for them, and we still holding on for dear life like, oh, just, I don't want to change. Let go. Capricorn, come on now. Let go. A lot of times we hold on to things thinking nothing else is coming, and at the end of it you find out you should have let go of whatever it is or was you were holding on to, because you don't let the good things sail on back because they're tired of watching you hanging on. So let go. However that's resonating. Those of you that are sticking together, if you got people on the outside trying to get all up in your shit, maybe it's time to let them go. Just saying. Expect the best. Follow your intuition, making a note of it. But them two, learn and let go. Or let go and learn, however that's resonating. Taurus and Capricorn, that pretty much says it all. Learn and let go. Or let go and learn, however you want to go with it. That will get you through, and expecting the best and always showing thanks and being grateful for what you have. Hopefully next year you guys will be able to navigate and get through whatever it is, and at the very least grow from the situation and learn from the situation. Taurus and Capricorn, I love you. I hope y'all have a good Thanksgiving next week, and I will talk to y'all soon. Bye, y'all.